Beauty is not this boxed in thing where you have to nurture yourself and try to get to this like end goal. You know, the end goal for feminine women should always just be health. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and I run the blog called Mrs. Midwest. I live in the Midwest with my husband and dog, and I write on my blog about women's heart and mind issues, as well as things regarding femininity, character growth, and homemaking. Thank you so much for tuning in. Every single view I get, every single new subscriber I get, every like, it all is continually blowing me away. You guys are so incredible and supportive, and I feel like there is just so many of you out there who are interested in these topics, and it's exciting and invigorating and motivating to see our community grow. So I encourage you to continue liking these videos, sharing them, subscribing, and sending them to anybody who might benefit from this information. So I mentioned last Thursday that we were going to be doing a series on femininity. I did a series similar to this on my blog, but I thought for the sake of getting this message out there, what better way than my YouTube channel. This week, to kick off the series, I thought that we would begin with something a little bit more tangible. And by that, I mean something that you can easily grasp, something that we can easily begin to work on. And that is the topic of cultivating femininity with our outer beauty. I spoke about outer beauty on the channel before, and I took a very strong perspective of we should not neglect our outer beauty, but we should also not be obsessed with it. So as we go into this conversation, please keep that framework in mind. I am not an advocate for obsessing about our outer beauty, but I'm also not an advocate for neglecting it altogether. So let's dig in. So you would think when we talk about femininity, we would only be focusing on character traits or things that you can create through relationships or your heart or whatever. But the reason I think that outer beauty is a way to cultivate our femininity is because outer beauty is a way that we can nurture ourselves. And as I have spoken about before, that feminine energy is about nurturing, tending to, and being gentle with things in your life. And what better place to start than with yourself, with the body that you were given to tend to and care for. I grew into my femininity so much more once I began tending to and nurturing my outer beauty. And I do think it goes hand in hand. So I believe that our bodies are a temple of the Holy Spirit. That is a Christian living biblical concept. But even if you're not a believer, I still think that the idea that your body is this special holy thing that you were blessed with is a really good concept that can help you figure out how to nurture yourself. So because I believe my body is a temple, I do take time to care for it. I do take time to beautify it, and I don't find it oppressive or frustrating. I view it as a privilege and an honor to have a healthy body that I can nurture and bring the beauty out in. So if we approach our bodies that we were given as if they're this special gift, that philosophy demands that we actually nurture our bodies and we don't abuse them. So for outer beauty, I do think that it's more complex than just makeup and hair. So my perspective on outer beauty is to tend to our health above all else. Nurturing our femininity means that we need to move towards health. And that is always my goal with my message, is to encourage you guys to move towards health. So I'm not going to stand here and say, okay, makeup is better than no makeup, or curled hair is better than straight hair, or whatever. But I'm always going to say healthy is better than unhealthy. So whatever you need to do to get yourself to that place of health, you will be nurturing your outer beauty and therefore stepping into that femininity. A feminine woman, she is a woman that cares for her body. She cares for her nutrition. She cares for her frivolous things like hair and skin, but she also watches her sleep and how stressed out she is. I'm not a doctor. I cannot say what is healthy for you, but I can say that there are things we can do, if just as a shot in the dark, there's things we can do to improve our health. Get more sleep, make sure you're hydrated, take care of your skin, take care to make sure you're not overly stressed in life. Make sure you're sleeping and eating and moving and step into that health. And with that, you'll have that youth and that vitality. And the thing about outer beauty is, yes, it communicates feminine energy, but that's because when you nurture yourself and you feel confident and good about yourself, that feminine, sweet, confident self will come out of you. It's just what happens. Because when we feel great as women, we conquer so much more. We can take on more responsibility. We believe in ourselves, and we're not sitting in a dark place hating on ourselves. Beauty is not this boxed in thing where you have to nurture yourself and try to get to this end goal. The end goal for feminine women should always just be health. And as you nurture your health, you're going to find that you can step into that natural beauty. So always focus on doing what feels right for you with your outer beauty. Don't feel boxed into, I have to wear makeup or I don't have to. Don't feel boxed into a certain look or trend or anything. Just focus on your health and focus on bringing out the natural beauty within you. And as you tend to yourself, you will see that those feminine qualities will also come out. I have to say as well that some of the most attractive people to be around are people who love themselves, but not overly so, where they're narcissistic. Everybody is unique and different, and there's so much beauty in different ways. When you're nurturing your outer beauty, try to create an atmosphere where you surround yourself with authentic versions of beauty. Like I said in my other video, we are surrounded more than ever with stunningly beautiful images of people. And again, 200 years ago, the most beautiful woman that you would see or have in your mind might have been your second cousin or your school teacher from when you were in the 3rd grade. Now we have images of Victoria's Secret models or the Kylie Jenner clan, or just really, really crazy enhanced versions of beauty. And also it's all the beautiful people in the world tend to rise up to this fame, and then we all stare at them, and it can be a lot. And so I would encourage you to look for beauty in your town and see that there's so much diversity in beauty and in healthy beauty, and it doesn't just have to look like that Victoria's Secret model. As you work on nurturing your outer beauty, don't depend on other people to tell you what's beautiful about yourself, especially men. I think that it can be wonderful to receive a compliment from somebody, but if your only source of knowing if you're beautiful or not is coming from other people, you're going to be very unstable in your own confidence. So I would encourage you, as you nurture your outer beauty and you step towards health, to step also away from building your confidence on other people and the opinions of other people. I like to ground myself in the Lord and what He says about beauty and what He thinks about me. And that's where I get my confidence from. Because I know where my value comes from, I can peacefully nurture my outer beauty without depending on it for validation. I know that if I go out later and I end up in a car accident and my face is destroyed or my body's destroyed, I know that I'm still valuable because the Lord loves me. And if you're not a believer, I would also encourage you to not build your sense of self and confidence on your outer beauty. Begin to build it on things that are more meaningful and deep within. So even as we nurture our outer beauty and begin to be healthy and care for ourselves, we must be careful to remain balanced and to not put all of our eggs in that basket. Part of being feminine is about nurturing different areas of life. And always remember that outer beauty is just one of them. It's just one way we can communicate femininity. It's just one way we can live into femininity. It's not everything. And so I would encourage you to remain balanced. If you're not taking time to care for yourself, take an extra 10 minutes every day. But if you're obsessed with it, it might be time to pull back a little bit. So always remain balanced and never, under any circumstance, build your entire identity on the way you look, because that can change tomorrow, but it will also change as you age as a woman. Part of being a blessed human in our modern day and age is that we get to live to a ripe old age on average. And that means that we will lose that youthful outer beauty and step into more of a wise old grandma look. And if your entire identity is built on your outer beauty, you will begin to lose your sense of self as you age. So it's important to view outer beauty as a place where you can tend to work on and nurture, but it's not your identity. It's simply a place where you can show your self-care, where you can express femininity, and where you can ultimately work on building those qualities of a nurturing and feminine woman. Also, stepping into femininity is about creating habits. It's about being a disciplined woman. Femininity doesn't mean you're just this flighty, sweet, floaty princess who has no structure in life. Femininity does demand that we have this framework for living life, and we can have the discipline to create habits. So as you nurture your outer beauty, as you step into health, I would encourage you to be habitual with it. Make it a part of your everyday life and be structured. Part of nurturing yourself is showing up every single day to cultivate something. And that's how we can nurture our outer beauty. Show up for yourself every single day and put in the work to bless your body, to bless your health, and to ultimately cultivate femininity. Through our disciplined care for our outer beauty, we can step into that responsibility as women. Nurturing something is about consistency. It is about being sweet and taking time and all of that, but it's also about being consistent. So as you nurture your outer beauty, remain consistent with it. Create habits every single day so you can nurture that beauty and continue to cultivate it over a long period of time. Form habits around cultivating that outer beauty, around cultivating that femininity, and you will see that it slowly becomes part of your everyday life, and it's not this difficult chore anymore. So within nurturing, never forget that it's also about being disciplined, and this is feminine. In total, as we cultivate our femininity within the realm of outer beauty, focus on stepping towards health. Don't build your identity on your outer beauty. And finally, remember that nurturing something means being consistent and habitual. With these three frameworks, you will step into so much confidence in yourself as a feminine woman and also be able to build up those skills of nurturing something, with that something being the very special body that you were given. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have this series every single Thursday and really dive deep into how we can cultivate our femininity. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. If you're hungry for more of this content in the meantime, please check out my written blog. If you want to know a bit of what I do on a day-to-day basis, I always put it on my Instagram story. I hope you have a blessed and wonderfully feminine day.